For those that don't know me, my name is John Newsom, and I've been involved in this process since day one, asking the questions or answers or whatever. This is our first meeting, and we are trying something that may or may not work. We're doing video and re-recording, and we have the teleconferencing for people that can't be here today that are in. Our purpose here today is just to provide a forum for sharing information on our possible purchase of the Deer Creek amenities, answer your questions and concerns, and provide assistance wherever we need to. At this time, I'd like to read an update that will be put out this afternoon or first thing in the morning. As all of you have seen updates that we've been putting out over time. I'll read this. It's about 3 or 4 pages here, but it will be 2 when you get it on your computer. I have to have the printing a little larger for my eyes. We're approaching the 30-day mark in our due diligence time frame, and share applications are arriving daily. Residence meetings are scheduled, questions and answers are being posted on our Q&A site, and your committee is hard at work collecting and interpreting information to pass on to you. Due diligence is not an easy task and is quite time-consuming. At this stage, it might be beneficial to take a moment to reflect and remind everyone how and why this opportunity came about. It goes back many years, and the old-timers here remember only too well. As Deer Creek was under development, many of us were so impressed by the landscaping, the beautiful golf course, once rated among the top 10 executive courses in Florida, the central location, friendly neighbors, etc. That the decision to buy was easy. Then the problems started. Over the years, monthly fees were increased, conditions deteriorated, the golf course was not managed and cared for, and on and on. Annual meetings became a frustrating discourse of uncorrected problems, loss of value, lack of cooperation from management, no transparency in how our money was being spent, etc. Lawyers were retained to give us options to deal with the problem. We all know the results. The one thing that has never changed is our sense of community. We are all neighbors, and Deer Creek is our home. The purchase is about a single-minded belief that no one, and that's no one, will look after our homes and community like we do. One guiding principle in this purchase has been that all communities must be represented, and that each subdivision's individual uniqueness must be protected. Having accepted this makes the task extremely difficult, but ultimately so rewarding. We could be distinct communities comprised of 6 neighborhoods with our own personalities and amenities. That sense of community would transcend the developers. The developers attempt to keep us polarized. This committee is attempting to foresee the benefits of bringing the park back to its former glory. What would it be like if the wow factor was returned, not just in the main entrance, but in all subdivisions entrances? What would it be like if the roads were fixed? If residents had a golf course that they could be proud of? If residents had a say in how their monthly fees are spent and how their assets are managed? Would we become a distinction of choice for future purchases? Obviously, it couldn't happen overnight, but it represents a pretty bright future. After all, no one can predict if and when the value of the shares will increase. But with the proposed improvements, we are fairly certain that they will not go down. That was then, this is now. We have a financial plan, a committed group of residents, and a proposal that we hope will make sense to you. We have established the Deer Creek Q&A and web links to all of our governing documents to ensure that all residents have access to factual material and the means of getting correct answers to your questions. We hold ourselves accountable for the answers given and have always tried to be completely honest and open in our dealings so you can make the most informed decision possible. A concern that continually comes up is why the seller is not paying the real estate fees. That would be true if the park had been listed for sale. It wasn't. Conditions were deteriorating at a rapid pace. The multi-phase group was working to involve Deer Creek Corporate Management to discuss our concerns. We were approached by two separate realtors to see if we would be interested in seeing if the park could be bought. We employed Bill Gorman, a licensed realtor, to help broker a deal for us. He was thoroughly vetted, and his credentials have been established to our satisfaction. Bill assisted other communities become successful resident-owned parks. We have visited some of those parks and plan to invite some of their residents to attend our on-site meetings to share their experiences with us. You would expect to pay a fee if you had a stockbroker buy shares for you or if you employed a consultant for advice. It's the same thing. Our broker is entitled to be paid only upon a successful closing. His fee was disclosed right up front in every resident meeting. It has always been open and transparent. It has been our goal to seek guidance from the most qualified professionals we could find. Our attorneys bringing a vast amount of knowledge and experience. Bill Corp was involved in setting up one of the very first resident-owned communities in Florida. He and Scott Gordon have assisted in guiding us through the negotiation phase and ensuring that if, in our due diligence, we find problems that we can't live with, we can exit the purchase. Our broker is also available to assist in the transition and has invaluable experience should this purchase close. There is also some confusion pertaining to the lots we plan to purchase. We were fortunate to negotiate an extremely low purchase price for the remaining Deer Creek's unsold lots. Once we own these lots, we plan to offer them for sale at fair market value in order to protect the property values within the community. Appraisal values that have been used in the information we have received are from an appraisal dated April the 3rd, 2012. We all have opinions about what values should be. The problem is that the bank, any bank, is only going to go by one opinion, that is of a licensed, qualified appraiser. Once we have obtained our appraisal, we will make it available for all residents to view. Residents will ultimately decide if they can accept the values or not. It has been suggested that there is no reason to purchase our clubhouses since we already have the right to use them. There are two separate issues here. First, the developer owner is not going to sell Deer Creek piecemeal. It is an all-inclusive package or nothing at all. Quite frankly, that is what the committee desires as well. Secondly, we are paying for the assets with our monthly fees. If we are paying for them, it only makes sense we own and control them. If you share this vision of the Deer Creek resident-owned community, please complete the share application and let us know we have your support. Thank you. Now, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Bill Gorman. I'd like to introduce him for those of you who may not have been at the meeting back in April. This is Bill Gorman, and he has two of his people that work for him here, and I'll let him introduce those. Thank you, John.